Alright, so I had to come back in for the second time, but this will be the first thing you'll see in this video. As you can see in front of you, it seems like they're doing a guild photo in the final group pick. I mean, it's just one of those things. I might as well participate. Everyone. But I mean, I don't know how many are gonna take part, but they'll be all chatting right now. I mean, that's quite a decent number of us, considering EOS was announced like a month ago. I'd say this is a decent number of people. I'm taking some snaps as well. All right, well, I think that's pretty much the overall. As you can see, there's so many of us right now. I'm gonna miss everyone. Well, obviously I can still talk to them on Discord, but it is an end to the times. And yeah, there's just like one last appreciation. There's just so many of us. Other people might take other pictures as well, but I think overall it should be nice. Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back, Exos Heroes. So, today is the 10th of May as of this video, which is the last day for Exos Heroes. So obviously, just a few days ago, I did a similar video for Revived Witch. Well, we're going to be doing another similar one today for Exos Heroes, which I've also played from launch until today, end of service. So this will be the last time I'm entering the game. So I chose this for the background. But yeah, for PvP I didn't get to, play that much. That's why I didn't get a record. Yeah, same for this one. I think I didn't get to show the part where it shows like my final ranking, which I made them, which is unfortunate. Mainly because actually, you know what? I'll just show it through. Yeah, I'll just show it through Discord. Give me a moment. All right, apologies for that. It didn't manage to show on my one. I think it bugged, but as you can see, Silvos, who is our leader for Eden Guild for Exos Heroes, is essentially our last victory, which is pretty sad, but it is what it is. Rank 1. Well, I joined actually relatively late, so I'm not exactly an OG. So there is that. I think I won 4 times out of the 29 that they've done. So each big star, just for quick trivia, each big star counts for 5 wins. For getting first place in terms of each season, and they've done it for 29 straight seasons. So you can take this as a way of counting how long the game's lived for, based on the number of stars that Eden has won, because they were the only guild that's won a single time, which you could say caused some not really controversy, but like I guess a little bit of drama. People are like kind of complaining how Eden were always first. It is what it is. You can say like they use tactics. They were smart with using their PvP tickets for getting top 16, and they essentially like monopolized raid to ensure that they're always first. But it's smart plays, and then I guess it just snowballed from there. But it is what it is. But yeah, that's all I got to say for. Let's read his message. A bittersweet farewell to Exos Heroes for the Eden crew. Our 29th consecutive and final first place victory in a game we have dominated for 3 years. Thank you to the Eden crew that made this possible for 3 years. May our next game have similar success. So very sad times, but it was a very nice experience overall. So enough of that. Let's go back into the game. So again, I attended for the last time. You know what? Donate for the last time. Just reminisce. Donate all my Windwing tokens for 19,000. Essentially, you can call this stamina. but they're called Levy Stones in the game. Last time receiving fake core memory sharing. You know, but yeah, this is me, obviously, Jerry Sack. That's my account. Level 77, so I never actually hit the level cap of level 80. So we have 52k xes. I don't know how I'm going to be using this for this video. It might take a while because of that. But before I move on, let's just go over the characters that I have that I will be seeing for basically the last time. So looks like we're ending Exos Heroes on this guy's birthday. Treasure Hunter Arbalist. Too bad I don't have a level 90, so I can't get the 100. But yeah, so let's go through. So as you can see, if you've played Exos Heroes at launch, you probably have a rough idea on what the stats were like back then. You know, 10k HP back then was like massive. But now, as you can see, we're at like 148k HP, like 24k attack. And then when it comes to actual tanks, you have like a little more HP, but the actual tanks at endgame are the healers. As you can see, we give them all the way into HP. And defense, you know, not really worrying about attack, you know, with some good effect resistance. And the defense, I mean, the speed stat doesn't really matter if you're going for a stall team. But yeah, as you can see, I basically have gotten a lot of people, but we're not going to go through like that. We're just going to go through the journal and go to heroes. So as you can see, I have everyone except for Cadmos, which is pretty unfortunate. As you can see, if I scroll down, I basically have everyone else in the entire game, and I am free to play. So as you can see, all the way down, unfortunately, I'm missing this one and this one. I think you have to pay for it. But yeah, I've actually never seen the model for the Lesh Eye. It's actually pretty interesting, rainbow. And they also did add artifacts after Season 5, if I'm not mistaken. Season 5, I think, was when they changed things, or was it Season 6? I actually can't remember which one is which, sorry. But yeah, that's when they overhauled the whole game. They changed every passive, every skill, every character. Which was, you know, relatively controversial, I guess, caused some drama with the people. A lot of people left because of that. I guess it was understandable why they wanted to overhaul it. For example, Xeon and the crew and the Dragon Fate Core crew, the one that looks like this. For example, this is also Dragon Fate Core, also Dragon Fate Core. But anyways, this crew right here, they were essentially like the first releases for global, and their passive back then was very broken to the point where normally at launch it ended up being this guy, this Xeon versus the enemy Xeon, and it all went down to RNG because the lightning gimmick didn't exist then, and so it was just barrier versus barrier, and there wasn't really anyone that could remove the barrier until like later on. But yeah, even then they were still pretty OP, but now because of the overhaul they were balanced out. But I guess you could say it was kind of too late, and the way that they normalized like the elements and so on, I guess it simplified the game a bit too much. But overall it was still pretty fun, you know. As you can tell, I've played until the end. So also for free to play, you can snowball the game if you've been playing from launch, and also get into a good guild, which I've mentioned before when I was showing off my account. I mean, when I first initially announced end of service for Exos Heroes. But yeah, I can continue talking about this as we do some summons, but before I do that, I will lower the audio just in case it becomes a little bit overwhelming. Unfortunately, I can't pull for Beatrue, but we will use 2 tickets because why not for the time being. But yeah, as I've mentioned before, today is the last day for Exos Heroes. I think I can't really show the... Oh, there we go. The way that they do mythic summons was actually kind of cool. For every different mythic character you're pulling, they have a unique animation for pulling. At the same time, it kind of messes you up in terms of knowing what rarity you're getting. and you're only guaranteed to get the good one if you bypass enough animation loops. As you can see, I only passed once, so as you can see, there's nothing I really can do much that, because like there's no skip. But then yeah, there you go, 3-star in that case. I can't really show you the best animations for that. So I guess we'll end things off by just going in on one of the gold FCs. I guess in this case we'll do Schmidt, and then see if we can max out Awaken Xeon, because he was, you know, meta until the end when he came out. Actually, no, we're gonna go pull for Dorka actually, because she was also broken. Okay, so my thoughts on this game. Obviously, as I mentioned at the start, it was basically all the Dragon FC only, which were very broken. And you know, I guess from there, I relatively got lucky in my future pulls. And then unfortunately, the original guild that I was in, everyone started to quit. And so when I put my application up on the Exos Heroes Discord, I managed to get into one of Eden's sister guilds, Eden. And then from then on, you know, I just stayed with them until the end. You know, it was pretty fun overall. It was thanks to them though that I was able to, you know, snowball all the way. But when it comes to the pay to win stuff, again, it was thanks to that. Wait, did I get Smith there? No, I don't think so. Now, when it comes to the gameplay itself, it is a turn-based game with pretty nice visuals. But I guess people would argue that the visuals are like kind of lacking compared to the recent games, which I guess kind of makes sense. But the game is 3 years old, so it is what it is. So as you can see, I couldn't skip, so it was gonna be a good pull. Is it gonna be? It's not Dorka, but it is what it is. Also, the game has 3 different voices. You know, Korean, I think Japanese and English. I actually don't remember. All right, let's skip through this. All right, so the aim of the pulling in this game, since I get so many, you mainly just pull until you get the character. There's not really much, like, I guess you could say, gacha aspect to it. It's essentially just save up enough and then you just get what you need. Not necessarily, you know, testing your luck when it comes to the game. Like, there is a little bit of luck when it comes to it for getting stuff early, but you know, if you're already in, if you're already snowballed, you wouldn't really need to worry. Here we got another Fate core. Okay, well, it's not Dorker again. Well, as you can see, my luck isn't really that good in terms of getting the featured, but you know, it is what it is. I guess I can quickly show you what it looks like when pulling for artifacts, I guess, because you know, because why not? I guess we're pulling for this guy, Vicious Gale Grius. Pretty decent artifact. Oh look, we actually got a good one there. Well, I mean, fated or above, and it's fated. There wasn't legendary. Oh, I guess I'll show you the animation once, you know, for the last time. I don't remember if my graphics are maxed. I'll go double check afterwards. It should be though. You can see, you know, all of this. You actually don't know what you're gonna get. Like, you don't know if it's a good pull or not, unless like until right at the end. So none of this have any indicators. It's only right there. And you can see we did get something good here. Again, it's fated. There wasn't the highest rarity, but you know. And it's the same thing again. This guy, which is okay. All right, give me a moment. Okay, there we go. Now we have the game at the highest settings. It looks much better now, I guess. Also, I have it in 60 FPS. I had it at 30 before. So I guess we can revisit these real quick. There, as you can see, it looks slightly better now. Yeah, and I chose Korean voice on this one. All right, let's keep going. So summon artifact is okay, you know. We'll just keep going here. Now let's see, what else do I talk about? I guess the main important aspect for this game was being in a good guild if you wanted to be free to play. But at the same time, if you wanted to be in a good guild, you would have to have a good count in the first place. I guess I got lucky because the game was relatively early then. So that's one thing, right? So if you are someone that was like relatively newer to the game, like you didn't start from day one, I've always kind of mentioned this. Well, I mean, like to people on the Discord anyway, that it would be difficult to get newer players into the game, unless they were more you know, dedicated into getting newer players into the game, because otherwise it would be relatively difficult for them to catch up, if not ever, because you know, Exos Heroes is like it's a very marathon reliant game, if that kind of makes sense, where the longer you play, the better it will become. I said, like, it'll be very nice to play as a free to play as long as you've been playing from the start. And the only other way for you to catch up if you start relatively late would essentially be to whale, you know. And the packs, you know, the paid packs in Exos Heroes were very expensive, like very expensive compared to, like, I guess other games. We can take a look at it right now actually. Let's see here. So for example here, this is a first purchase, right? 2000 with an extra 2000, right? Well, this is like the lowest value one, but it's essentially the only place you can buy it if you've bought every other pack for Zest, which you used to pull. So 2000 is shy below 3 multis, and with the first purchase it's about 5 multis, right? So let's remove first purchase and assume it's just a 2000 says, and that is and assuming it's 3 multis, it costs you 10,000 of the blue gems, well, crystals. And how much is that? How much is 10,000 crystals? Oh, I forgot, it doesn't show, but basically it was like $100, okay? I'm pretty sure it was like $100 for that. So $100 for nearly 3 multis. As you can see, very expensive game. Unfortunately, I can't show you all the packs that they have because obviously they removed it from the shop. But yeah, let's just keep going. So in terms of the game mode that this game had, they had quite a number of game modes, which is pretty nice. You know, however, it didn't actually take up that much of your time. The only important things that you normally needed to do, assuming you were in a very active guild, is to ensure that you do your raids and your GVG. So we'll actually go ahead and do that real quick. It should take us, actually no, I'm not going to do GVG. I showed it to you before already on the EOS announcement. I'll link that on this video because it will take me a while to finish GVG with my stall team. But yeah, as you see, raid is one of the things you have to do, and well, GVG is currently off because the raid and GVG are currently in preparation because the season just ended, so I can't actually show you. Yeah, but yeah, you have the normal resource stages, right? And then you have Holy Dragon Grounds for your gear. You know what? We can't go all the way because why not, right? We'll do that at the end just in case I go full on inventory space. But yeah, the game itself was relatively nice. I guess it was just how it was managed, especially with the complete overhaul of the entire game. And so, you know, it is, you know, I hate to admit, it is partly reason why the game started dying down, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not sure if they're gonna continue on with their future projects because they were advertising like another game that's, I think, kind of NFT related. I'm not really sure. I guess I'll type that in the description or pinned comment once I get a hold of the name, because I forgot. Okay, so we finally got one Dorka, which is nice. Now, obviously, you would think, oh, I beat the game because I managed to get her. But the thing is, what I didn't tell you, if you haven't watched the announcement of EOS video, I already have her. And the only reason why you want to get multiple of her is through the signature force, where you essentially need 1 million dupes, right? Maximum around 26 to max out all the way, because you want a dupe for every single node. Not to mention they want to be transcended, which requires more dupes. It's like 26 dupes to completely max a signature force for one nation. And there's how many? Well, time to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nations. So 8 times 26 generals. Plus this one, which only require Transcend 5 plus an extra to link to another nation, so you can get the maximum benefits. Obviously, I'm not going to scroll up from there due to the art. But I mean, you can tell from the blurred images. Obviously, it's it's a bit out there. However, they did add obviously some free to play ways of getting these characters through Scout, as well as obviously through the market, through the PvP shop. You buy shards, get 50 of them. You can once you get 50, you can exchange 50 into one pure dupe, like one pure character, like a real character of it. And yeah, we'll finish it off by doing more pulls. Overall, obviously I enjoyed this game, especially the part where you can dye your characters. I should actually show you that right now. I don't think I showed it in the EA's announcement. Obviously, it kind of seems like I'm trying to sell the game, but it is already EOS. I'm just showing you like what I liked about it. They also have mini games. Let's go with Bathory, for example. You see, I haven't dyed her yet, so we're going to do that now. You can either choose to change, let's do preview. So you can change her hair, right? Different colors, say for this one, the highlight color, and then the third bit. And then the body, you can change the top bit here, and then this one, and this one. Anyways, as you can see, you can do dye selectors. They added this relatively late into the game. So anyways, we're going to do it random here. And then we're going to go random here. And then we're going to go random here. This one. And then dye here. And there we go. As you can see, overall, it looks okay, It kind of matches, YOLO. But yeah, that's like the dye system. So yeah, overall, it was an enjoyable game. I guess you could say it didn't get that much advertising after like the first wave, and they decided to just roll with it. But yeah, it's their decision. I guess. Oh, there you go. I remember the name. I think it's like Desperado. I'm not sure if they gave up on that because they closed out Exos Heroes. But Desperado was it's like I think the name of their upcoming game. I'm not sure how that's gonna be like, but we'll have to see. But as you can see, I set it. One thing I like about the summoning is that you can skip essentially most of it. I set it up so it only doesn't skip if it's something good, either a fate core or a general type pull. So even if it's like a 5-star like that, it doesn't really matter if it's not the important ones. So technically speaking, while it feels like you have a lot of pulls, you can actually melt your way through them until I can't skip it like this, as you can see. So this is obviously going to be either a fate core or a general or a mythic. If it's red, it's fate core. If it's anything else, it's a general or a mythic. We got a fate core Maha. Alright, let's go skip the rest. But yeah, outside of that, as you can see, the reason why I'm not really able to talk much about the game is because the game was relatively simple. Simple and fun. Doesn't take up too much of your time, except for when you're doing story. That's one thing I admittedly slacked in. I actually barely did the story until like a certain point. But yeah, outside of that, as you can tell, it's because most of your gem income, your CES income came from your guild stuff and PvP. So, you can say it's a PvP heavy game, I guess. So for those that didn't really like that part, I guess that's one of the reasons why they gave up on it. But overall, it was good. Alright, so we have about 25,000 left, so that's what? A little over 30 multis. We started with like, what, 50k? We've done like over 28 multis so far, as you can see from the core millage there. 28 multis for pity. Sounds like a lot, but not really, because you get around like what 3.5k says a week minimum. Normally I get like what 5k says a week, which is like 7 multis, which is pretty nice. But yeah, the aim of this game is to basically collect everything, which is, you know, I guess a really tough order, but is alleviated if you have a good guild with the core memory sharing system and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, I am gonna miss this game just like I am gonna miss that I am missing Revived Witch. You know, it's just one of those things. I didn't really make many videos in this game because I mainly just played it on the side. But you know, at least gotta show appreciation. You know, it's a final send off. Might as well give it, you know, the respect. You know, it could have been better, like all things. But you know, you have to accept sometimes that some things just come to an end. Just like now. We're nearing 20 multis left. Just melting through them like so. Okay, we got another one. Technically speaking, I haven't actually been lucky this round. So apologies for the longer video. I should have probably streamed my pulls. But it is kind of odd. I did get a lot of fake cores, but only one Dorker so far. So I guess it's just proving that the rates aren't that good. But for the pulls, the amount of pulls that you get, it is pretty nice. However, that's one of the problems that I've mentioned earlier in this video. If you're relatively new to the game, you're going to have a difficult time catching up because of the people that are already playing, that are high up in the rankings, especially in the guild. They're just able to gather so much more free pulls compared to the newer players. So they'll have like a slower start, but they will slowly kind of catch up. Eventually, it'll just take a while, especially with the pulls. You're not going to be able to pull on every banner like I was able to if you were relatively new and didn't have the says income. Okay, I don't know how many of these you've got now that are not her, but some of them are good though, like the ones that are off banner. It's just that we've gotten more off banners than the actual on banner, which is like a 50-50 chance if I'm not mistaken. Actually, let me go check the rates right now actually. Yeah, 1%. And 0.5% of that is the featured character, as you can see, so half of that. So I've lost the 50-50, I don't know how many times now, which is kind of funny. But you know, it's nothing really to complain about. One achievement that I haven't actually gotten is like, what, 13 or so straight multis without a 5-star. That's like an achievement in the game, which is kind of funny. And then the title of the achievement is called It Finally Happened. Well, just 5 more multis to go, and that's 50k gone. You know, the best prank would be, oh look guys, we decided to not shut down the game, and then like, oh, I just used up all my pulls, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess there's nothing I can do about that. And there we go. We unfortunately finished without getting lucky. We did 56, 66, 73 multis just now. Just like that, 73 multis. Let's go ahead and claim all of that. We might see this animation twice, so it might have been kind of dumb for me to do so, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Apologies for that. I mean, pretty nice animations, obviously. Copium, I guess. But yeah, so one last thing. We'll just quickly go through my journey with the game. Apologies that this video has taken a while. It's gonna be about over 30 minutes by the time we've gotten here. So we're gonna order this by obtained time ascending. So we start off by getting Leafy, right? Part of the tutorial. Maxed her out with a Fate Core, and then my reroll got me Xeon. Well, I think the other characters that I gotten were probably removed. Let me filter it out so it's only fated and mythic characters. Oh, actually, hold on. No, it has to include everything. These four. So yeah, pulled Xeon, and then Chatty, and then Ramgi when he came out. Well, I mean, April's FC I obtained like after a while. So it's kind of like in the wrong order, but you know, that's how Fate Cores work. Yeah, for example, I got Kaya's FC long after I first obtained her. So it's kind of, you know, it's not really that accurate in terms of like my journey. But yeah, it's just how it is really. Oh, they did have a few collabs though. For example, they had the Tails collab, as you can see, with Flynn, Estelle, Yuri. And then we also had a Danmachi collab, as you can see, with Ryu Lion, Ice, and Bell. And then that's it. They only had 2 collabs, but at least they had some collabs. They didn't have the classic Persona 5 collab. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Apologies, it took too long. You can blame the pulls for that. We didn't really get lucky, but you know, I guess that's just how it is. This is my final goodbye to Exos Heroes. It's been a good run. Just like again to just say thank you to obviously to Eden for taking me in when my guild was basically dead early on in the game. It's mainly thanks to them, you know, there was a community, you know, I was working with them to do, you know, guild raids and stuff, you know, and it was relatively fun overall. I think it was, if I was playing this game on my own, I think I wouldn't have been able to last this long. And so there is that, you know, community aspect to it. But yeah, this is my final goodbye. Final goodbye to my main team, Stolathlon. Stolathlon, that's the name of the composition. And this is the characters that I used in my final team. Athlon, Luna, Garth, Kaya, and last but not least, Momoring, or Momo for short. But yeah, as mentioned in my Revived Witch final video, I'm gonna be making videos on other games now. Well, not that I have the choice. Hopefully you'll stick around then still. It's been your boy Nitrostorm. If you got any more things to say, leave them down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Final goodbye to Exos Heroes. Peace.